What's up, everybody? My name's Parasite. Welcome back to the Jose Mourinho Challenge with Chelsea. Today we take on Villarreal in the second to last game of the Champions League group stage. We actually have the chance to secure qualification to the first knockout round with a win or a draw against Villarreal. Then we take on Liverpool away from home in the Premier League, and Liverpool are currently top of the league, 2 points ahead of us. And sadly enough, Aston Villa obviously no longer top of the league, no longer even in second. They are currently in third. We are equal on points with them, but we have a much better goal difference. We have the best goal difference in the league, and yet Liverpool lead the league. And we are currently top of the XG table. We should be leading this league right now. Liverpool have massively overperformed their expected points, 5 more than they should. We're actually right where we should be at on expected points. We have underscored our XG. And I think we kind of know that. Our shooting has not been very good for the majority of this season. We've had a few games where we've been goal scoring like crazy. The other games, we have 5 XG and only score 1 goal if we score at all. But the recent results have been pretty good. After that draw against Man City, we took on Watford in the EFL Cup. Pretty cool to play Watford in a cup game. I don't know if we've ever done that. And it went to penalties. But of course, we beat Watford in a penalty shootout because of course we did. But it was 1-1. It was actually pretty even, but we did quite a bit of rotation. And we played our 3 at the back, our 3-4-2-1. It worked okay. I think with a first team in there, we would have been a lot better, but we were good enough. We should have won. We won it on penalties. Then we took on West Brom away from home in the Premier League, and we beat them 3-1. A very good game. We were 3-0 up before they scored in the 69th minute, but it was a very comprehensive victory. Then Shakhtar in the Champions League group stage. We just smashed them 6-0 last episode away from home. At home with a little bit of rotation, we beat them 3-0. They did have a sending off in the 52nd minute, and it was 0-0 at that point, but we scored 3 goals after that sending off. Pino, Mariba, and Bruno Thiago getting goals in quick succession. They get a comfortable 3-0 win and put us in the position where we can qualify today. After that Shakhtar match, we took on Fulham away from home in the Premier League, and it was the best result of this recent little run with a 5-0 absolute thrashing against Fulham away from home. They're not very good, but we were very good. Benoit Badiashile with 2 goals from corners. Guilherme Santos getting a goal, Mancini getting a goal, then an own goal. They did quite a bit of rotation, but we did quite a bit of rotation, that is, but we were still really good. Then an annoying draw against Fulham, another freaking draw. This one 0-0. But of all the draws, like basically outside of this Manchester City match, every single draw we've had, we've been the better team. We should have won. That was definitely the case for Southampton as well, more so than ever, because it was 0-0. They had 0 shots on target. We had 23 shots, but only got 8 on target, 2.03 XG, 6 half chances with some first team players out there, Bruno Thiago, Kai Havertz, Mason Mount, and yet we couldn't freaking score. They didn't have a single shot on target, yet they still get a point. Absolute thievery. And next we take on Villarreal. If we look at the Champions League group stage table, we are currently 4 points ahead of Inter Milan in second. So a win against Villarreal not only qualifies us from the group, but it qualifies us top of the group. So there's a lot to play for today. But only a point still qualifies us from the group, but Inter could jump us. We play them on the last day of the group stage. When we get to the squad for this match, there's only a 2-day break between this Villarreal game and the Liverpool match. So obviously I want to play strong squads for both of these games. They're both pretty important. So I'm going to do a little bit of rotation. I am playing our starting wings and Pino and Havertz, which means I'm going to play a backup striker and Benjamin Sesko up top. Mike Fromm's going to come in the midfield. He's actually been really good recently. Next to LAX, maybe playing that box-to-box role. Camavinga's going to stay as a holding defender. Starting fullbacks of Ruggeri and Reece James. Even though Ruggeri hasn't been the best fullback this season, it's actually been Mark Rutten, surprisingly. Center back pairing, we're going to go with Badiashile and Gianluca Mancini, and then Horazzo obviously stays in net. But it does leave a pretty strong bench. We've got guys like Mark Rutten. Guilherme Santos has had a very good start to his Chelsea career. Mason Mount, who's disappointed a little bit this season, but we know he loves a European goal. Vidovic, who after a very slow start has been pretty solid for us in his last couple of appearances. And of course, Bruno Thiago off the bench, who we know can make a big impact. It might be famous last words, but I'm pretty confident we can get at least a point today. But obviously, I want the win. I want it so we don't have to play our starters in the last game of the group stage against Inter Milan. We can give some of our younger players some good Champions League experience.
Where are you looking for improvements after a disappointing match against Southampton last time out?
It's pretty simple. We just have to be more clinical. We're doing pretty well defensively so far this season, and we're doing a pretty good job of creating good chances. We just need to put them away.
How guarded do you have to be about complacency considering the differing form between these two teams?
In matches like these, form typically goes out of the window. We need to focus more on the quality they possess, which is pretty considerable. So we're going to have to be on top of our game today.
Valentin Cerezo isn't in the squad today but isn't injured as far as we know. Why is he out?
We've got a lot of quality players at that position, so this is just regular rotation. We're looking to find a balance where we can keep everybody fresh and give them all plenty of minutes. We're going to get an immediate highlight to this match. 30 seconds in, we've got a corner. Yeremy Pino to take it. Right-footed cross to the near post. Badiashile scored 2 goals already from corners a couple episodes ago, or a couple games ago. This time it gets saved, but it falls to the other center back, Gianluca Mancini, and he puts it into the back of the net. So it's a quick start for Chelsea. 50 seconds in, we've already got a goal. We're 1-0 up. So as things stand, we are going to win this group. There's still a lot of game to go. 17 minutes in is our second highlight. It's going to start with us once again. Alex Mariba's going to play through by Ruggeri. He's going to find Yeremy Pino in a great position, and he does not make a mistake. He just taps it into the back of the net. Keeper had not much of a chance there. He had the whole goal to choose from. He goes near post. It's a good finish, and we've seen 2 highlights, and we've scored 2 goals. We've seen us had quick starts before, and then kind of throwing it away. Hopefully we can be a little bit better today, not throw this one away. There's going to be an immediate highlight after that goal, though. It's going to start with Villarreal, but we're going to win this back. Let's see if we can go on maybe another attack. Badiashile on the ball. Do not give it away. He's made a few mistakes this season. Mancini now gets the ball, and we're going to look to see if he can dribble out from the back. And that's what I want our ball-playing center backs to do. Bring the ball out. It just makes it a lot tougher on the Villarreal defenders. Reece James, we're going to go back to Mancini, but we're rotating the ball pretty well through our center backs as well. Back to Mancini. He's going to look for a long ball to Kai Havertz. Their left back steps up. Kai Havertz gets in behind. He's got the ball, the chance to put a ball in. He goes back to Reece James. Back to Camavinga. We're building this up very patiently and very well for a high-tempo style. Ruggeri now on the ball. Down this left-hand side. He might be putting in a cross. He does. Back post. Sesko can't quite put it on target. He hits the crossbar. There's an immediate highlight right after the missed goal attempt. And it's going to be a goal kick for Villarreal. They're going to look to see if they can build from the back. Pau Torres, back to Farines, into Foyth, into Mika Marmol, back to Foyth. And they're going to go long. No, they're going to still try to build out from the back. Marin going to find Doku, and they've done it pretty well. Gostin's down this left-hand side. He's going to go back to Marin. I think is that former, he used to play for Chelsea, right? Marco Marin? Former Chelsea player, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Basically, half the players in the world are former Chelsea players at this point. But it's actually not a Villarreal highlight. It is a Chelsea highlight, as we've had 3 highlights and 3 goals. This time, Yeremy Pino is the assister, and young midfielder Mike Fromm is the goal scorer. And that is a pretty good goal. Obviously, not as much buildup as the last one. It's more of a, we won the ball, went on a quick counterattack, but Fromm in a lot of space in the box. Goalkeeper didn't stand much of a chance last time. He stood no chance that time. What a dominant first half so far this has been for Chelsea. We're 33 minutes in. Villarreal now have the ball one more time, but the last time they had the ball, it didn't go well for him. Foyth on the ball. Going to go back to Pau Torres, the left center back. He's going to go out to Robin Gosens. Are we going to win this and have a similar attack? Maybe just so. Their left back gives it away. And we're going to look to see if we can build something here. Through ball, can't quite find his man. This one does. It's Sesko. He tries to go near post. That was not bad. So that's how the first half's going to end. And that is an absolutely dominant half from Chelsea. I might say we're a little fortunate to get 3 goals from 5 shots on target and 1.89 XG. But we have 5 half chances and 1 clear-cut chance. Even though the XG is not super high, it looks like we've created quite a few good chances in that first half. And I think 3-0 is fully deserved. 66 minutes in, we've got our first highlight of the second half. And it's going to start with the throw-in from Villarreal. We haven't actually seen them shoot yet, but a ball in, it's going to be 1. And they still might not get a shot off because Sesko's going to pick this up. Dropping deep, he's going to look for Gabriel Vidovic on as a sub for Yeremy Pino. I felt like we could, rotate a little bit now. I think the game is won. We can bring out some of our more important players. I like Yeremy Pino. Vidovic getting an opportunity and making the most of it. What a goal that is from Gabriel Vidovic. He had an awful start to his career here at Chelsea. 2 6.4s and a 6.3, I believe. But since then, he's just kicked on and done really well when he hasn't been injured. And that is a very good goal. He has not been on the pitch for very long, and he gets an immediate contribution. Just a couple minutes later, we've got another highlight. This is starting from us, out from the back. Reece James is going to find Mancini. He can look to dribble forward. Look and see if he can create something here. He's going to find Mariba, who's playing as a box-to-box midfielder this game. I think making that change from an advanced playmaker to a box-to-box, and this tactic particularly, has started pretty well. It's looked pretty good for us. Looks like a good change. Mancini into Reece James. Back to Mancini. Building it up from the back one more time. Even if we are playing a high tempo, we still have the quality to do this. So if we get the opportunity to, and it is another banger. This time, Vidovic doesn't score. He does get the assist, but what a goal that is from Benjamin Sesko. And it is getting embarrassing for Villarreal. Another away-from-home match in the Champions League group stage where we absolutely run away with it. 79 minutes in now, and we've got another throw in down this right-hand side. Reece James going to find Havertz. Into Mancini, Reece James. We've got one sub left to make. We have taken off Camavinga. I feel like that's one of the positions where there's a pretty big drop-off between him and the next guy up, who is obviously Frank Kessie, who's come in, who has never really been that good for us in his time here at Chelsea. He's done all right. Like, he's never been really bad, but he's just never been really good either. But that's typically the life of a ball-winning midfielder. But we've got the ball back after winning it back, and Vidovic has a chance for a second, and it's good defending by Foyth. He's going to look to clear, but we're still got the ball, and we're still looking to attack. The highlight is going to go on. He likes Mariba. Can he give Vidovic another chance? No, he's going to go for a banger himself. The last two goals have been pretty good. He tries to go for a third. Didn't quite come off. Now in the 88th minute, this might be one of, if not the last highlight of the match. And I think it's fair to say Villarreal aren't coming back. They need 5 goals in 2 minutes and however much at a time, which is probably not going to be much. But we might just get another. We might make it 6. We win the ball back. We're going to see if we can go on an attack here. Badiashile into Mariba eventually. He's going to look for Mike Fromm. We've lowered the tempo. We've taken off all the pressing. I don't want anyone else to get injured in the rest of this match when it doesn't matter. And I don't want to tire anyone else out unnecessarily. Villarreal are going to have the first shot we have seen of the entire match, but they can't even put it on target. And we are going to get the victory, and it is a dominant one. Villarreal are not a bad team. They're better than the Shakhtar team that we smashed, and yet we still absolutely walked the floor with them. Walked the floor with them? It's wiped the floor. We wiped the floor with them. So with that emphatic win, we do qualify from the group, and we qualify top of the group. So we're going to be a Pot A team in the first knockout round, which means we're going to get a Pot B team, which usually means they're not as good, but knowing our luck in draws like this, it's going to be Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Real Madrid, or PSG. Those are probably the only options. Pino gets man of the match for this game. He was very good, but the vast majority of the team was very good. Be tough to pick a man of the match. They all probably kind of deserved it. Last episode, we had a really great emphatic win in the first match in the Champions League. And then went on to be a little bit disappointed in our second match as we drew against Man City. Now we have to take on Liverpool after that absolute demolition of Villarreal. Not quite sure how this one's going to go. All right, it's time for another match against the FM juggernaut that is Liverpool. But before we get to that, I had this come up in my inbox after that win against Villarreal. We have set a new record of 41 games unbeaten. 41. I knew we had started this game unbeaten, but I didn't realize the run we had to end last season was February 22nd, actually February 15th against Arsenal. We didn't lose a single game since that point in any competition. Our last loss was in the FA Cup against Leicester. Last loss in the Premier League was against West Ham to start February. But we had that unbeaten run to end last season. And then to start this season, obviously it's not counting the Community Shield or probably the Super Cup, but in the Premier League, Cups, or Champions League, we have started this season with a pretty good unbeaten run. So it has been a really good recent run here at Chelsea, even if we've had a few more draws than I'd like. Before we get into our squad for this match against Liverpool, we're going to look at theirs because they're going to be missing a few pretty key players. Start off, Giovanni Reina looks like he's probably not going to play. He's injured, he's got to be out 5 more days. Looks like he's not fit. I'd be surprised if he's even on the bench. And then a couple other big ones that are definitely missing. Diogo Dalot being one of them. He's out for 11 days to 5 weeks with a hip injury. But the biggest one, superstar Kylian Mbappe is out, and he's out for a while. He damaged his Achilles tendon, so he's out another 3 months. That's obviously a huge loss for Liverpool. And Kylian Mbappe is no young buck anymore. He's 32 at this point in this save. So that's a pretty significant injury, especially for someone who really relies on their pace. I say a guy that relies on his pace, like he's not a Adama Traore. He's world class at basically everything that you have to do with the sport. But he's 32 years old. That's kind of the bigger deal. 32-year-old getting a damaged Achilles tendon is a big deal. Now to our squad for this match, and it is a full-strength first 11. Except for one little change, and that's Vidovic coming in on the right wing for Kai Havertz, who has not been good at all this season. He's not been bad, but he's literally not done anything. So Gabriel Vidovic, after getting that goal coming on immediately as a sub last time, is going to get the start on the right wing. Thiago starts up top this game, even though Sesko was pretty good. Pino starts on the left wing. Mariba stays in his spot. Mount comes in. But we've got guys like Guilherme Santos and Mike Fromm who can come off the bench, and I trust them to be able to do a job there if Mount's not up to it, which he's just been a little underwhelming this season. Camavinga staying in that holding role. He's a must-have in this game. Backline, Ruggeri keeps his spot at left back. He was really good last match. Badiashile, Cerezo comes back in. Reece James at right back, and obviously Horazo in net. We're obviously not going to match that Villarreal scoreline against Liverpool, but hopefully that performance, and especially how good we're in front of goal, can kind of carry on to this game, because that's going to be pretty important. I want you to pick up where you left off last time out. We were very clinical against Villarreal. And it's going to take that again today if we're going to get the win. We're not going to have as many chances. So the ones we do get, we're going to have to take them. And defensively, we're going to have to stay locked in for all 90 minutes, no matter the scoreline. We got off to a really quick start last match against Villarreal. This one's not gone the same way. We have still yet to have a shot 20 minutes in. Liverpool, the only team to have a shot, and they have another. They've had 4 shots right now after that shot, and they put them all on target. Horazo's had a good start to this game. We've only had 1 shot, and we haven't been able to put it on target. Now we're going to see if we can build from the back here. Camavinga, we are playing our higher tempo style, but we still want to build from the back. We have Bruno Thiago up top, who's 6 foot, but he's not going to win many aerial duels against most center backs, especially quality ones like Liverpool have. So we're going to try to build from the back still trying to play at a higher tempo. See if we can create something here. This tactic is all about creating chances. So far, we haven't done it today. Hopefully, we can do it right here. Reece James on the ball after we intercept once again. He's going to dribble down this right-hand side. It's not something he does very well. And Rhoda, is that going to be a red? Otherwise, why did we see this highlight? It didn't look like a bad challenge. But otherwise, what was the point of the whole highlight? It is a red card. That is massive. 21 minutes in, and Liverpool are down a man. This is like one of those, oh, you can have $1 million, but you have to live on a deserted island. Well, Liverpool can have a sending off for 21 minutes, but your best performing player on the day has to get injured 5 minutes later. Reece James picks up a red injury. He's been pretty injury prone to start this season. We didn't really see that last year, but he's missed a lot of games so far this year, and he's going to have to miss the rest of this match. Jimmy Wong's going to have to come in, but we still should be winning this game. 27 minutes in. They are down a man. That is a lot of game to play down a man. Surely you have to take advantage of this, even without Reece James. And we're going to have a highlight now, 29th minute. We're just going to throw it right to Liverpool. I don't like that start. Lacoots is going to look for Dahl. Back to Lacoots. If they score a goal 8 minutes after they had a sending off, I'm going to be a little annoyed. They're going to build off the back. Cabral. Zezai is going to go long. We should win this. Jimmy Wong on his... Wait, why is... Okay, wait. What is going on here? Why are our defenders and... What is happening? Just random players are in black kits for no reason on both teams. Villiet Svedberg and Moretto both in black. Jimmy Wong, both our center backs, and Mason Mount, and is that Erling Haaland, I guess, all in black as well. I'm confused. What is going on, Football Manager? I don't even know who should have the ball right now. I don't know which players on which teams. Is this like some sort of new thing that have 3 different teams on the field at one time? I don't know. Yeremy Pino, Elias Mariba, into Camavinga. I'm assuming that's one of their players. Yeremy Pino going for a long shot. Good Lord. We have had some bangers today. I'm pretty sure that one counts. I don't know why it wouldn't. They're down a man, and looks like they might be down a goal after an absolute wonder strike by Yeremy Pino. 40 minutes in now. This might be one of the last highlights of the first half, and they're still in black kits. Vidovic on the ball. He's going to go back to Cerezo. I don't know which player is on which team at this point. Elias Mariba going for a long shot himself. We are just trying to score bangers only today. So this is definitely going to be the last highlight of the half. We're 47 minutes in. I'm surprised the clock hasn't gone yet. But we've got the ball, and we're going to see if we can get another goal to end this half. Mason Mount's going to find Yeremy Pino. Is he going to score another banger? Not a banger, but he's going to score another goal. And it's a very quality goal as well. Obviously, it's not from outside the box, but he did a pretty good job to take it down, get past his defender, and place it in the bottom corner. Not the quickest start after the sending off, but to end this first half, we're going to have a 2-0 lead. Coming out of halftime, the kit problem still hasn't been fixed. There's still random players in black kits out there, and Liverpool have the ball. They need 2 goals. They're going to have to get one now if they're going to have a good chance. Nusa on the ball after coming on as a sub. He's going to find Haaland, and they do get their goal. Down a man, the first shot we've seen since that sending off from Liverpool goes in the back of the net. And it's Erling Haaland, one of the best players, if not the best player in the world, who puts it in the back of the net and gives them a chance. 73 minutes in, now we've got a goal kick, or Liverpool have a goal kick. This hasn't been nearly as one-sided as I would have hoped for us being up a man for 80 minutes. But it's going to be Liverpool once again on the ball, seeing if they can get a goal and equalize. Down a man, Nusa has a chance to do it, and he should have. One-on-one with Horazo, and he couldn't put it on net. We have had an awful start to this second half. We dominated the first half, not really in terms of chances, but obviously in terms of the scoreline. But we have not been good so far. So Mason Mount loses it, but we do win it back. Is it the random black hits that's throwing him off? Because it's definitely throwing me off. Jimmy Wong looking for a crossfield ball to Bruno Thiago. He brings it down. He's got a chance here, but it's a good save from their goalkeeper. We're going to have a corner. Can we put this one in the back of the net? It's going to be, should be Yeremy Pino crossing it in. He's got 2 goals. I'd like to take him out. Obviously, I'm not going to now that it's only a 1-goal game. He's going to put it near post, but we can't win it. But Ruggeri's going to pick this up. No, the highlight's going to end. 78 minutes now, and Liverpool have a chance. They're going to put a ball into the back post, and Yeremy Pino's going to bring this down. So this is going to be Liverpool chances. Don't give the ball away. And that's exactly what he does. Svedberg on the ball. It's going to go back to Cabral. Out to Nusa. Svedberg. Haddad on this right-hand side. He's going to go inside to Dahl. Why are they... Are you sure they're down a man? It definitely doesn't look like it. Haaland for a chance for a second. Again, we get bailed out by a shot that doesn't get put on target. 3 minutes of out of time. We might get this win, but I'm not happy with this performance. For being up a man for nearly 80 minutes, for the end to be this nervy, that is not good enough. They had far too many chances after that sending off, and we didn't do well enough with the ones we got. Listen, I'm pleased with the result, but I'm not going to lie and say I'm happy with that performance, because I'm not. We did well to end the first half, but it looked like we were the team that was down a man in that second half. I don't care if they only had 3 men. You cannot get complacent and just start going through the motions against a team of that kind of quality. They only need 1 chance. To be fair, we were fortunate to even get all 3 points today. They had a couple one-on-ones there in the second half that they should have done better with. They didn't even put on target. If they would have done better there, they could have gotten a point today, if not all 3. That second half cannot happen again. We do keep our unbeaten run going, and we do actually go top of the league with that win. But I don't know if I feel any better about our team after that match. I might even feel worse. Yeremy Pino once again gets man of the match. I'm pretty sure we could say this one is fully deserved. No one else really showed up today against Liverpool. Now, how bad is this Reece James injury? He's already had a couple multi-week injuries. Is this going to be another one? I'd hope not. He's a really important player. And it's about a month-long injury. He's out 3 weeks with a groin strain. Not ideal. Fortunately, the Inter match doesn't mean anything. And in terms of the Premier League games, it's not the toughest run-in. He should be back by this Aston Villa match, which is going to be pretty big. But between that, we've got Wolves, who are 14th. Arsenal, definitely the toughest test. They're in 7th, but it is at home. And then Norwich, who are 18th. And then Everton in the EFL Cup, which I probably wouldn't have played him in anyways. So he'll be back for the most important match coming up. But I don't think our next episode is going to be that Aston Villa match. I think we're going to show them down here in February, the Tottenham and Aston Villa match. So I think next episode, I might try to show this FA Cup match. It might be a minnow, but the FA Cup is obviously very important this season. Probably the most important competition in terms of the save in general. So definitely think I'm going to show that, and probably West Ham on top of it. Or it might just be a one-off game thing because we'll be into the January transfer window and we've got a lot of money to spend. But I don't know if there's a lot of areas in this team that we really need that much of an improvement in. I think that was the first episode this season where we've won both games. We've had a great start to the season. We've went unbeaten, but in every single one I've showed so far, I think we've drawn at least one of the games. Glad to get 2 wins today, even if it wasn't very good against a 10-man Liverpool team. So I'll see you next episode for our first matchup of the season in the FA Cup. I definitely think I want to show most, if not all, of our FA Cup journey this year. If you made it this far, why don't you like the video, subscribe, and click the bell? The links to all my socials and my Twitch are in the description. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time.